come out, did talk to her. She did agree to be searched. He did not have the, and I said warrant. If my term was correct, I apologize because I think it was a warrant, but he called back and another officer came out in a separate vehicle and they further with that. They continued discussions. She agreed at that time that she would let us get the tools out of her garage. So I called from my car phone back to my office, and it took about an hour by the time I could get some men off of other jobs. 3 men came out, and I waited till they got there, and we went back to the garage. Officer Hall and this other officer, whose name I did not get, witnessed what we got. And I gave the other county attorney that interviewed me recently a list of, I guess there's maybe 30 or so tools and pieces of equipment on this list. When we checked that again, there were actually items on this list that I was not given by Rodney that were out there, but there were other items that he believed were there that previously that were not there when we got there. And got that list here. You have a list of the items that are still missing? Yes. There were a number of actually items she only let us take if we had actually had our company name on a particular tool or piece of equipment. There's a number, and I submitted these photographs, and there's quite a few other tools and equipment that are still there that we have a process where when we buy tools, we try to engrave them. You got to understand, we have 20 superintendents, and we have over 50 field employees. Occasionally, they'll buy a tool for the company, and somehow or another it doesn't get engraved. They will bring it by the office to get it engraved or spray painted or something with our name on it. And we try, but with all those people going back and forth with the tools, sometimes it's hard. But this photo indicates that there are still a number of tools there and things in the garage, and they are recognizable as being ours. And they're not the kind of things that a homeowner would typically have around their house. They're construction oriented. And if there was a workbench back there and they built cabinets or something, yeah, some of those things might be used, but some homeowners just wouldn't have those types of things around. The value of the item really not allowed for over $300. Yes. And did she ever make any statements about who she thought those tools belonged to? She said they belonged to her. I'll give you, for instance, there's a number of ladders there. A homeowner wouldn't have that many ladders. Why would you have several step ladders all the same size and extension ladders? There's just scaffolding. How many homeowners keep scaffolding around? I mean, it's the kind of thing if you need, you borrow. I mean, if you're a handy person and you do all the work on your house, you might have it, but yeah, it's not the kind of stuff homeowners keep around there. And did you identify those? Yes. Yes. I do want to say this also. All of a sudden, right in the middle of this, Ms. Gunter went into the house and came out with a tool in a box and handed it to us and said, here's one of your tools also. We never got to go in the house, so I have no knowledge of whether there were any other tools in the house or not, but it seemed awful likely odds that that one tool was in the house and the rest of them were out in the garage. So the items remaining there, she said you could not have because they belong to her. Yeah. She said it doesn't have your name on them, so you can't have them. This was a very, very unpleasant circumstances to be in. There was a lot of nastiness and abuse going on there, and that she finally had to give up these tools. And one time she would tell this police officer, "Oh, well, I'm going to make sure they get those tools," and then she made it just damn impossible. You got to understand, this all started in September. We didn't get any of them back until January. Now, she was trying to be helpful to us, and we'd gone down there time after time. And eventually, and the other thing is, once I finally found out what her car was, the times that I had gone down there, her car was there every time. She just wasn't answering the door. And I hope, you ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I look like somebody that's coming there to rob you. I think I look like somebody who's coming there for a legitimate reason. I don't carry a gun. I don't look like I'm going to beat her up, and I just don't understand why she, other than the fact that I felt she was being vindictive to her ex-husband, and that we were caught in the middle of an ex-marital relationship, and I felt like we had not done anything to her, either when she was married or when this was. I hired an attorney to get involved with this because I didn't want to get into any abusive discussions with her. I wanted, it cost us money to hire an attorney to value of her. I said, yes, and I told the other gentleman interviewing it's about $1,500. Well, any questions? Well, it was a let me tell you what hammer drill is. It's like a drill, but it actually is a hammer too. It has the point, the fabric. You'd use it into concrete where you have a hard surface that a regular drill won't drill into. It's not the kind of thing that you drill a hole in a wall or put a screw in. This is a construction tool. I can't prove this sitting here, but very few homeowners would have a hammer drill. It's just something that it's used to put fasteners into a concrete wall or a concrete column or